Hello, good morning, good evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you, good that. We are going to go and review my first round for Grand Arena this week. Yeah, and then I'm going to talk about just some prep strategy. I don't usually change my defenses between rounds, but sometimes I might. It just depends on my opponent's roster and if I even look. I usually don't, but sometimes I do, and there's a few things I like to look for, and a few changes I've made recently, and being just barely hitting 9 million GP, and it's different than the most you'd see on YouTube. So let's get into it. All right, so our opponent has some walls set up. They're not the best of walls I'd like to deal with, but I have things for pretty much everything I see here. So we go immediately for Night Sisters. Night Sisters, Tuskens can almost auto them. The issue is they were fully Zetaed and Omicron, so this wasn't an easy one. I kind of got stuck behind Zombie for a majority of the time. We kill Marin, Daka bring him back because I couldn't target Daka. We killed Daka, couldn't target Marin, they brought back. It was this constant thing where I just couldn't dispel the taunt, and every time I killed Zombie, thanks to Marin's Omicron, it just led to Marin taking all these turns. So it wasn't the best scenario, but usually Tuskens right out of the Lightspeed bundle box, some decent mods. I think I applied an Omicron, but it was a 3v3 Omicron, so not the best one for 5v5, but unfortunately we just kept getting stuck. So now we're under 40 seconds, under 30 seconds, and we made no noticeable progress. And all of a sudden, finally it kicks in, and we just couldn't finish it off. Running out of time thanks to the damn Zombie. We'll submit this, and we're just going to have to clean it up. Tusken should have been able to handle that. I need a few more mods. I need some better mods, and a few more Zetas. And we could, maybe even the Omicron, we could have done it. So I cleaned up with Surgeon, and just, put in one person, try to get that unused slot points a little bit here. I mean, the second battle isn't the best at this phase. The first battle, but whatever. Still getting stuck behind Zombie because my stupid self forgot that I have to get around a taunt still. So it's just like, alright, let's do what I can. Target, not Great Mothers. Mother Tiles as soon as I can, and then finish Zombie off. And that's our first battle. Not as great as it could have been, but, we got through it. Next is Grievous. And one thing I've learned is I don't put Gungans on defense anymore. When I was in the early days of Grand Arena, I went for Gungans immediately, just because Phalanx was the brand new unit. I had like 2 days for the marquee event. And then I actually went for Jar Jar, I think it's second round or third round it came out. So, while I had some other teams, Gungans were my first actual built-up team. I could have easily just autoed this, but I wanted to make sure. I mean, they still got through my shield generator, but I just wanted to make sure I got it. So, easy win here, Gungans versus Grievous. If it wasn't, I might have had to use gas, or I might have looked up SWGoH to see something else. Now their gas is a little difficult. I don't have a CLS team to take care of this as easy as most people might. I do have a CLS team, but I need more Zetas, better mods, better relic levels. So I used Balin here, and I was a little worried about using Balin because my opponent does have a Jedi Master Kenobi. I really wanted to save it. I didn't see him in the first wall, and I knew my opponent's ships were horrible. Like, they had no way to beat me fleet-wise. So I knew I had to get to their fleet so I could beat their fleet as well. So I was like, they're not going to full clear me. I can't bet that Jedi Master Kenobi's in the back, so just go for it. Because I didn't have anything else to beat gas. I had to use it. So wall one down. Great. Next, their ships. Not that bad at all. I looked at their ships. I know they had some, Galactic Republic. They have Executrix and Chimera, as we see here. And they have, I feel like no GL ships, pretty much. And the fleet, all the ships they put with the capital ships, they weren't all fully starred, most of them, but whatever. Anyways, they're Geo ships, they get the upper hand in the beginning. But as soon as I get my first reinforcement, we gain control pretty quickly, and from there, we just take it over. So, very quickly, we're zooming right through. You know, target one geo ship, boom, target another one. I wanted to hit Boba Fett, but unfortunately there's a ton on the geo ship, so take that one out, then take Boba Fett out. And it's just Ahsoka left, which there's no synergy with this at all. So there's no synergy, and I kind of lack synergy. I don't have an Empire fleet ready yet, kind of, but not really. So just take it out, over with and done with. Easy points. I do know there's an issue with ship points right now. So maybe that's something I have to look at when I review this, is did I get the right amount of points? I don't know. I'll also tell you, spoiler alert, doesn't matter. So now we go against their fleet that I think is a little bit more difficult, just because of the starting lineup. And I just throw in my Leviathan. Yes, Leviathan. I got that at around 8.6 million, I believe. And that's one of those farms where I was like, you know what? A couple of Lightspeed bundles got me there. I was farming Darth Maul ship in the shop. Yeah, I needed Darth Malgus and his ship, but I was close to it, and I was like, you know what? At the farm I'm going to want eventually, I might as well go for it. So, about a week ago, I unlocked it, and I went to 5 stars. And I'm not doing it. I was going to go at 6 stars or something, and just do the 90 shards from the event and get to 7, but I was like, you know what? My guild said there's no reason to go up unless you're going to go 7 stars, and I was like, I'll refresh at the event to get 7 stars instead. So that's what I did. So I paused there, I wait, and I go and see, alright, next day. Now I go and see, oh wow, alright, so they went and did as much as they could, but they didn't even tempt my fleet. And that's one of those things where it's like, I kind of thought so, but no attempt? I mean, I would have at least attempted it. So, whatever. Alright, now it's their Lord Vader team. Well, time to put in my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren team. Got Darkside Vision Ray, Version Ray, whatever. Darkside Vision Ray, yeah. And it was just like, okay, take out the underlings, and then we'll leave Lord Vader to last. Once again, getting caught behind some taunts, but not the biggest of deals. I do know I need to remod this team. One of the things I noticed is I don't remod. I get some mods that work well. It might not even be the best, especially in my early days. I wasn't looking at speed as much. I need to put stuff here because I need it. No more horrible mods. I mean, they matched what they needed, but they could be better. So I'm doing that better now, but I've never remodded teams. These are like original mods since I've unlocked them. And I've mod farmed for SLKR Ray before I got them. I just do it on like Ewok Scout and then like take his mods away for these characters, but like they're not the best they could be, and I'm still looking for better mods. So it's one of those things where it's like, my mods are bad. And that's just one of those things with a Lightspeed bundle account. My farms are not 100% finished and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going against their Darth Malgus next. Lord Vader wasn't that hard at all. The whole team there, honestly, shocking. I saw Eric have every team member left, and we need Ray to revive anybody. Anyways, we're going with GAC against Malgus. This should have been an easy win, but once again, I'm under-relicked, and they have all the Omicrons and Zetas and mid to high relic, so it didn't look well. But, you know, we're hitting hard. We're doing well. But as soon as they get my last clone out, you know, gas him, boom, 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 but I just could not get past anyone. I was just like, you know what, let's just go for the easiest kill and go for Darth Revan, at least get a killer. Now, Malik threw a baton, I couldn't get around it, and I was just like, go for Malik. I got like nothing left, and I just died. So, scrap that, and I was just like, throw in the Sith. Throw in the Sith. Threw on the healing, and just went for it. This took a little bit longer than expected, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward. Link up to 2 characters I thought would go the fastest, or sometimes to build up that meter, you want them to go the fastest, but it take them more turns to build up my meter, but I also want to get rid of certain ones as well, so sometimes I choose one fast one and one that's like, you just need to be gone when I get to my special. So, it took a little while to get to my special because of that. But I was pretty confident that if I did lose my other people, I wasn't going to lose my effort. So, just went for that, and just boom. And then from there, it was just like, okay, let's just go. I think I threw it on auto for a little bit once I lost Scion. And it was just like, alright, as soon as you get your your lightning again, it's just over. So, just a lot of back and forth. And then, eventually, shock. Sha. Unlimited power! And then, of course, the kill. Wait, hold on. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. The kill. Alright, awesome. So, not the best of points. Second round attempt, and only one person surviving. But, you know what? We got past Malgus, another team that, if Gas wasn't going to do it, I didn't really know who else to use. And then we get to the back wall. Hallelujah! Easy teams. Oh my gosh. So, instantly when I see Geos, I use my Ewoks. Yes, my Ewoks could definitely be better. But, usually, they get the job done, or they get it done to where the cleanup is. So, that's what we did. I just no-brained it, threw in the Jawas, threw it on auto, because they don't really need to do much. They just need to take hits from people, from the opponent taking, you know, turns and turns and turns. So bonus turns, or, you know, follow-up attacks, stuff like that. And that applies to detonators. The problem is, Brood Alpha never died from those detonators. So it would revive his little minion, and then I lost my Jawas, so I didn't apply detonators anymore. So I was just like, alright, we got rid of some stuff, but unfortunately their tank and their leader still survived. So I was like, what can I do to clean this? Wampa. And this is where I made my biggest mistake ever. I just thought I could Wampa this, get my points, it's not the biggest of deals. And man, oh man, let me tell you, I messed up doing this. Wampa can deal with the Geos. That's not the problem. What's left, not a big deal. The problem is, I've never used Ewoks. Because I'm a Lightspeed Bundle account, I haven't even been on SWGoH for a year yet. Probably this next week will be my first year. So when I got the Ewok bundle, you know, get 3PO, and I never really touched them. I think I threw them on a back wall as a defense team in the early GAC days just because I had no other teams to really, like, with synergy. Yeah. So then I was like, oh, Phoenix, easily get this done. I'll stun, I'll murder them. Little teddy bears are gone. I did not know what I was getting myself into. I was like, why can't I hurt them? They are healing. What is up? And this is the second biggest tip. Well, I might have skipped my first tip, and I'll go back to it. Definitely my first biggest tip. Read your opponent's kits if you are not aware of what they do. I thought the Ewoks are an easy breezy team, even with an Omicron, even with Nisa, it didn't matter. I was like, yes, they do turn meter, but so does Phoenix. Phoenix dazes. Phoenix with Zeb stuns. That's the whole point of the Datacron I have on, or whatever it's called. So guess what? Nisa, in her kit, built in, grants protection up to Ewoks whenever you daze or stun one of them. I threw this on auto because I ran out of time. Nothing happened. They would have never beat me. Maybe if I had like 20 minutes, I would eventually beat them, but I don't have that time. And I didn't look yet. I was like, huh, okay. Maybe it's just a turn meter thing. Let me get the Night Fishers. Let's get around that protection. No, because once again, I'm stunning them. I have 3 characters that stun: Daka, Marin, and even sometimes Asajj. So it's like, what the heck? So because of that, they're just turn meter training me, and I can't get around the protection because they heal from whatever the status effect is that this team grants. Curse, what the heck is it called? Decay? Is it decay? No, that's remnants. Whatever it is, they heal from it. So yeah, here's where I'm like, okay, I just lost 2 teams that should have wiped the floor with these guys. What is it? I think it's the Omicron. No, it's not the Omicron. Alright, let's check Nisa's kit. There it is. There it is. We are stupid. Look at the kits. Alright, what do I have left now? Because I should have used Wampa. Damage over time. Attacking out of turn. But he's not stunning. I don't think he's dazing. Honestly, I can't remember. But he would have done it. Nope. I use CLS. I use Troopers. I just keep going. Let's keep going. I was like, I'm right there. I should stop. They're not beating me. I'm right there. No, I want this full clear. Who do I have left? Please, please, somebody, anybody. Oh, you know what? Let's get all these debuffs in there with Inquisitors. My Inquisitors suck. I never went for Grand Inquisitor yet. Nope, that didn't work. Alright, let's try Resistance. Zori might help me, you know, stealth, get some bonus turns around. I'm not stunning them. Oh, get him, come on. Chief Trooper's almost dead. Oh, nope. Alright, what do I do? Screw it. Screw this all. I'm done. I tried. I don't need the Ewoks to have any more holds. This is already embarrassing enough. Let's verify that fleet. Yep, they got, you know, Galactic Republic left, but their Galactic Republic has no shuttle. I think Marauder, sorry. Did they even attempt me? No, they didn't attempt anything. They could still, but honestly, the amount of time left, they should have at least attempted, because they're going to need a cleanup team if they do try it. There's no way they're doing this in one go. 8.5 minutes, almost 9 minutes left. Whatever. Yeah, we got the win. But really, oh my gosh, what a... Ewoks, let me tell you, that will never happen again. Seeing Ewoks, it's kind of crazy. But you know what? It works for some reasons. And this is Exhibit A. Alright, so back to the game. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at our next opponent. Our next opponent, unfortunately, is gonna be a little bit more difficult. They have fleet. They don't have Leviathan, but they do have a fleet. I can't just rely on my fleet to carry me this time. We can still get past it. Not possible. Though if they set both these ships, I'm probably screwed. Leviathan could easily get around Executor. 7 stars depends on how they set up their defense. Profundity, on the other hand, that might require a cleanup. One thing is I always check my opponent's Jawas. If they have Jawas, Relict, or even at Gear 12, I should not put Geos in defense. Why? It's the easiest kill to give them. And they're already going to get around my guys so easily. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, do I care? Do I change it just because, like, I want to, you know, get a hold potentially? Or am I going to get slaughtered if 11.2 million, what is it, 7 GLs? I'm just going to get slaughtered. They don't have Leia, they don't have Ahsoka, but at this point, they have a gas team, they have a Reva team, they have a CLS team. Like, they got enough that if they're going to try, unless they're just really bad at matchups or just want to full auto and mess up somehow. But if they want to try, like, it doesn't matter what I put on defense, it's over. What I did up here, though, purposely, is I put up a bad wall just because that's not horrible. I don't have Queen Amidala yet, so, you know, that's pretty cool. The Geos are annoying to deal with. They're not impossible. I mean, they're not hard to deal with, but they're annoying. So, Jawas, Malik, Vader, there's a couple, you know, solutions to this, and this person definitely has them. So I could change it, and this team is literally just, it's meant to bait someone into going top. But I don't know if it's even worth changing up. And usually if I don't even look and I just leave it, the whole Grand Arena, all 3 rounds, I just leave it. But I might change it up. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'd rather put these teams in front and hopefully Great Mothers can, like, help defend, but I don't think they will. I have 7 GLs to face, and all of them will probably get through most of these teams without an issue. I'm not going to change anything, actually. We're just going to leave it as is and hope for the best. But yeah, definitely read your opponent's kits. And, of course, if you are going to put in the time to attempt to win, change out teams per round. And finally, if they have Jawas, don't use Geos on defense. Because the odds are, they're not putting the Jawas on defense. They're not using them. There's a team worse than Ewoks, it's Jawas. The damn Jawas come in clutch when it's against Geos. Alright, well, here's a GSC video for anyone that wanted to look at, just to get a nice review and just get my thoughts around it. I don't do these live just because I do kind of scatter my play around. I don't have that kind of time during the day, and sometimes I just don't have it. That's pretty much it. Alright, this has gone on long enough. Thank you, have a great one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.